Hey everyone, welcome back. If it's not your first time, if it is, welcome. Today's practice is just a 10-minute, kind of just what I do when I wake up. It's not really a formal practice, so it's pretty casual. Just a little bit of moving and very much tailored to what I'm doing these days. If it's helpful to you, take it. If not, we got plenty of videos on the channel now, so please enjoy. See you on the mat. If I got 10 minutes, I'll generally start in a child's pose for about 30 seconds to connect to my breath. Generally, the areas that are sore for me when I wake up are my hips and my back, so I find that child's pose is a great place to start to enter into this space of tension with some breath. Once I feel like I've got my breath, tabletop pose. Shoulders, wrists, hips, knees. A couple of cat-cows, arching and rounding the back to warm up the spine. Noticing where any stuck or sticky places are in the movement. Usually it's the neck. Maybe roll the neck a few times. Start to make little circles in the hips. I'll keep it pretty organic, and then maybe just starting to move the hips around, keeping the shins rooted, steady in the palms, steady in the arms, so that the shoulders can get warmed up. And then of course circling the other way too, so you don't just get locked into one way of doing it. Good. Back to the center. Let's get into the hips more. So take the left shin right to the center of the mat and sneak your right foot across it. So it's kind of like eagle legs. Squeeze the legs together and then stick your butt up, the tailbone up to the sky, and then tuck your tailbone. So now you really know where your tailbone is, and I want you to start to make some circles with your tailbone. So circling it around, but squeeze the legs together. It might feel a little weird at first, a little stuck, but stay with it, push into your palms, and then circle the other way too. So tailbone up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left. Keep going in circles, stirring it out. And then unwind that. Switch the legs. Right shin is the center, left shin goes across. Squeeze your legs together, no light space there. Lift the butt up, tuck your tailbone underneath. Lift the butt and tuck your tailbone. Take the hips to the left, take them to the right, and then connect all the dots and make some circles here. Depending on how tight you are, the movement might be really small and really kind of jerky at first. But in time, you'll open it up. Circle the other way a few times too. Just try and get that tailbone up and around. Okay, and then back to the tabletop. Should be a little warmed. I'll take a down dog here. So pedal out the feet a little bit. Right, left. Just trying to keep this momentum going. And then walk into a plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists, legs sturdy straight. Shift forward and back on the heels a few times. And just warm up as you press into the palms and fill the space between the shoulders. Now from here, keep your toes tucked, drop the hips, drag the heart forward, lift your chest up and stretch the front body, and then slowly back to the plank position. 2 more times like that. Hips drop, drag your heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, lift the belly up and back into the plank pose. Good, 1 more, strong, really warming up. In and out, and downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, get into some stretch around the hamstrings and the calves. And then walk the feet and the hands together. A good forward fold at the top. Breathing in and out through the nose. Bend the knees deeply and start to roll up through the spine. Stand up nice and tall, shoulders, hips, heels. Reach the arms up over the head. And then take a cactus back bend, start to open up the chest. Inhale, stretch and reach back up. And then exhale, soft bend at the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, hands down, feet back to the plank position. I'll drop the knees down, slowly drop the hips, drag the heart forward. So a little modified upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Now right leg lifted up, so 1 leg dog, And then open up the hip, find a little movement. I like to move my knee in a circle, kind of like I'm tracing a circle. Stretch the leg back and step the foot forward. So just warming up the legs, reach the arms up. I don't like to do too much leg strengthening early, and then warrior two, but just enough to move it around. Reverse warrior, reach it up and back, and then cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Right leg back, downward facing dog. I don't like to pump vinyasas in the morning, but if you do, go for it. Lift your left leg up, one-legged dog, and then open it up. Knee circles or hip circles. I like to work with the knee bent. Others can work with the leg straight, depending on the day. Take the leg back and step it on through. High lunge on the inhale, warrior two on the exhale, just moving it through. Reverse warrior in, stretching, and cartwheel the hands out. Left leg back, vinyasa, or skip it, down dog. Now I feel like I've got enough in the body. I'll just sit down and get into the hips here. So for me, it's pigeon pose. Generally, I'm ready for it. If you're not, you can always do a figure four. But I like to stay up on the forearms so I don't collapse. And I find that the more I lift my chest, the more I can get into the stretch around the hip. And really, in the morning, I'm not trying to have the deepest practice. I'm simply starting to connect to my body and to give it a little bit of attention. So I'm not expecting it to give me the deepest results, because I'm not really warming it up for the deepest results. I'm just saying, what's up, bud? I'm here, you're here, let's work together, let's make this day work. You feel? And then I'll switch the legs. I like to do it the lazy way, just swing them around, but you do your thing. Again, if the pigeon don't work, you go on your back, figure four, or any version, any hip stretch you want. You'll notice I'm rolling a little left and right, just to not get stuck in just one pathway. I want to make sure that that a lot is stretching, right? Not just one groove of the hip. Usually at this point I start to think of the to-do list and the things I have to do today, and I appreciate the brain working. That's what it's supposed to do, but I'll just say, the important things will remain there in 5 minutes when I'm up, and I can let that go and just trust that if I focus on my breath, the necessary things will remain. All right, and slowly swing the right leg back out in front of you. Little feet together, lift the chest up. A little moment there to feel some length in the spine. Maybe some circles here. Just keeping it pretty casual, not so formal. Just feeling what the body needs today. And really do a lot of side stretching, so right hand down, left arm up, just stretch across. Sweep it through the center, left hand down, right arm up. Just moving the body. Plug into the feet so you're grounded, and you can earn this movement up top. And this is my favorite move. I did this before every class I took when I first started yoga. I don't think it's an actual yoga posture, but I always do it. It's hands behind you, fingers face forward. Place the feet onto the ground, and then just start to press the hips forward. And I'll just kind of shift off my hands, and basically with my toes tucked, it's essentially a quad stretch. And now my fingers are facing back. Just a little stretch here to kind of like lift the butt up, stretch the quads a bit. It's like somewhere between a camel pose and a reverse tabletop and a wheel, but it's just what it is. And I love it. It reminds me of when I first started practicing. It's still the same body, even though it's changed a bit. So that's it. 10 minutes, moved around a bit, breathed, connect with the body. That's all we can ask for. I hope this helped you. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave comments below. I appreciate your feedback, and I'll make videos for you if you say what you want. So have a great day. Peace, peace, peace.